You can't generalize, but generally it's shit.
Yes. Cheers on that.
Cheers, yeah.
I am bored. What should I do?
Ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen. Ich bin Meister Lenzer and you're watching Get Germanized 10 Things That Annoy Us About Germany. Today with Emily Bland.
Hello!
Well, we thought since we're in Amsterdam together, we film a quick collab for both of our channels. So check out the video we filmed for your channel, for her channel, on her channel.
A Q&A, all the things you wanted to know about Dominic and I.
Yeah, all the things. Saucy details. So check that out, definitely. And let's get started right away.
So what's the first thing that annoys you about Germany?
Bureaucracy for sure.
Yeah.
Like all the paperwork you have to fill out for even like going to the toilet in a public place, there's a form, something like that. No, okay, not really, but you guys get the gist, right?
Yeah, some things are a bit convoluted and overcomplicated, and it doesn't really need to be this way, but for some reason it is. So yeah, that's a quite an obvious one, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
The next one, number 2, is not being able to pay on card. I mean, of course you can pay on card in like supermarkets and things like that, but if you go to a restaurant or a bar or whatever, you're gonna need cash, because cash is still king, especially in Berlin where I live, which is annoying for me. Like, I just want to be able to go around paying on card with everything like I can in the UK, but it's just not like that in Germany, so I've had to get used to withdrawing money and then blah blah blah.
I mean, some places take card, but I don't think as many as in other countries necessarily. Yeah,
we're in the Netherlands, like Dominic said, at the moment, and it's funny because in some of the shops here you can only pay on card, they don't accept cash, so it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah. Point number 3 is the nationwide transport in Germany is fairly expensive in comparison to other countries, I'd say. It's not that expensive to travel inside a city necessarily with the trams and stuff like that.
Berlin's quite reasonable, you know, for transport, but if you want to travel to the other side of the country, it's so expensive. Yeah,
by the train company that we're not going to mention here, but
Deutsche Bahn.
It's just one of them, and it gets fairly expensive if you don't book like months ahead of time. If you do that, little tip for you guys, then you can get like saving prices.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good, but like it's generally too expensive, I think.
I think you can get an okay deal as well if you have one of those Bahncard things. What's it called?
Bahncard 50, Bahncard 25 or something like that. It's like a deal that they give you if you subscribe to that, then you get the card and you get half price for the tickets or something like that.
Yeah, we have a similar thing in the UK. It's like a young person's rail card, we call it in the UK. Or it was back when I was a young person.
Yeah. Oh, so 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Number 4, the Sunday apocalypse. Nothing's open. I mean, I am actually getting quite used to this and I kind of like it. I think it's good that employees of shops or whatever get to have a day off to spend with their families. But as a consumer, it is so frustrating, especially coming from the UK where everything's open on Sundays. You know, I just want to do my weekly food shop and it's not always possible, so. I
mean, I understand why they do it, obviously, so that there is a time that people are forced to relax.
To take a break. It makes total sense. Like, I definitely get it, but it's still annoying.
It is.
Like, especially, like, you want to go to the park for a picnic and pick up a load of beers, and you have to go to the Smarty and pay, like, twice as much as supermarket prices. And,
So annoying.
Yeah. Oh, Dominic, we should have a beer.
Oh, we should.
Hast du ein Flaschenöffner?
Nein, just... Next up, racism in Germany getting a bit worse, at least, I feel, especially with, everything the media is presenting to people.
Yeah.
Some of the people, older generations, I think especially, are a bit more frustrated with the current situation when it comes to foreigners in Germany.
Like me?
Like you, pretty much. No, not really, but you know what I mean, guys. It seems that the tensions are a bit on the rise, which is annoying to me because I don't like it, obviously. Like, I mean, obviously foreigners that commit crimes and that don't adapt at all and are just rude to people, I don't want them in Germany either, but like in general I think most foreigners like Emily are really nice and should be welcomed in Germany. You know, they are contributing and everything. Yeah,
for people to see that people are getting sucked into that mindset of thinking that there's something wrong with
all of them.
Migration of people, which there isn't.
No, I don't think so either. So that is definitely annoying or frustrating to us in Germany.
Yeah. Okay, so the next qualm I've got with Germany is strangers in public that feel the need to reprimand you for doing certain things in a certain way or doing something wrong or whatever. This has happened to me so many times. Like, people just come up to you and they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that, or, you know, just like kind of sticking the raw in where it's not wanted. And we don't really have that in the UK. Like, people just tend to keep themselves to themselves and just kind of ignore things like that. But Germans are not like that. They'll come up to you, especially people from older generations, like they'll come up to you and they'll feel the need to tell you what you've done wrong. And I've even had it like with when I had a shaved head, like some stranger, this old man came up to me and said, it's too short.
This is too kurz.
I was just like, okay, thank you so much for telling me. Like, that really has made my day. Not.
Yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely annoying.
And like, I think I might have told you about this before, the time I got told off in my hallway in my building for switching the light on. Did I tell you about that?
Oh, really? No.
When the little old lady that lived upstairs like told me off for hitting the light switch in the daytime.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sure I've talked about this in a video before, and I was just like, oh, I did it once by accident. Like, you don't need to tell me off for that. I'm like a 28-year-old grown-up, you know.
Well, in her eyes, in her eyes, you're just a child.
I'm just a little kid.
Yes, but yeah, that is annoying. I agree.
Yeah, and there's other examples, like it happens quite often. People just kind of giving you their 2 cents.
German. All those Germans. Next up, the customer service in Germany can be quite annoying. Boo, can be bad, apparently.
Yeah, I've talked about this a lot on my channel recently, and if you head over to my YouTube channel, which by the way is Emily Bland, I'm sure Dominic will have a link in the description.
Yes, for sure. Yes, 9. No link for you, Emily. No link for you.
Well, I've made quite a few videos recently where I talk about customer service in Germany. One of them is called A Touchy Subject for Germans.
Oh.
So if you want to hear more about that, head over to that video.
Do it. That's a good link actually to your channel. Good idea.
Self-promote.
That's fine, that's fine. Next up is that work and leisure time are separate in Germany.
I love that you say leisure.
Leisure?
Well, in the UK we say leisure, but like Tim and I always jokingly say leisure because it sounds so funny in American.
Is it American English,
Yeah.
right? Well, in America especially, I think work is kind of not that separate from leisure time. Leisure, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like in the UK you're friends with your colleagues, you'll go out with them at lunch and hang out with them and they'll become your friends, you'll go for after work beers with them, whereas in Germany this time is very separate. I was talking to Tim about this earlier on today and he was saying that yeah, like Germans, because he works in like an office, like he doesn't have a job like we have where we just make videos and stuff. But like
Boo.
he has a real job, and he was telling me that the time in the office is like work time and then everyone goes home and it's like home time, and they kind of schedule in their fun time and the work time, and it's kind of all separate. It never really overlaps in the same way as it does in the UK, and I think it's true with the colleagues and friendship thing as well. It's just kind of different.
That could be annoying to a foreigner coming to Germany for sure. To me personally, since I'm used to it, I don't really mind, but I can see how it's annoying.
Yeah, so the next one, don't be offended Germans, but basically it's the Germans. No, it's Smarty Pants Germans in particular. People that always need to be right, and you'll encounter these people at parties or you know, just any like social situation or work situation even. Germans just always need to have the last word. This is a complete generalization, of course. There are Germans that are not like this, but I'm talking about like on the whole.
Maybe, I don't know.
On the whole, Germans tend to need to be right about things and want to have the last word and want to correct you. You know, we talked about the example before, like if someone, a foreigner in the UK, was talking English and was surrounded by a load of English speakers and said a few things that were grammatically incorrect, the native English speakers would just ignore it and they would just continue with the conversation. Whereas if that was the same situation but in Germany, you know, the Germans are likely to correct the non-native speaker. It's in your nature, you can't help it. This is just the way Germans are.
In my jeans. In my pants. In my jeans.
In my pants. That's so awkward. I'm just gonna drink my beer now. And
Anyway,
there's nothing we can add to
next
that.
point. Last but not least, German TV is, well, annoying.
Komplett scheiße.
Yeah, okay, komplette Scheiße. It's shit. It's basically not that great. We copy everything in Germany and put our stamp on it pretty much. I mean, sometimes at least. For example, with the show Stromberg, do you know it?
No, I avoid German TV.
That is actually a good show in Germany, but it's still copied.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, one of the better ones. It's copied from The Office, and at first they didn't even say that it's a copy. They have to put it in the credits, right? That they inspired by,
yeah,
but they didn't, and then they got, I think, sued or something, or at least they received an email of sorts.
Interesting.
And then they had to include it. But yeah, German TV does that all the time with all the formats, and I think it's a bit annoying.
And also, like in soaps and things like that, it's just really badly acted, really badly produced and filmed. It's just like awful in every avenue. It's crazy, but
obviously you cannot generalize. Like, there are some exceptions.
I'm gonna generalize.
But generally, it's shit.
You can't generalize, but generally it's shit.
Yes. Cheers on that.
Cheers, yeah.
Okay guys, I think that's about it. Definitely subscribe to both our channels if you haven't yet. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and tell us what is annoying about Germany in your opinion.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, and tell us maybe there's something about your country that is annoying, or maybe you think Germany does it better.
Yeah.
Anything really, let us know. And well, apart from that, check out Emily's video on her channel that we filmed there. The Q&A, saucy details are coming up, coming your way. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Okay, cool.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah.